so sick. I took a long wild straight back home. I could've walked back to Chicago. I used to long for time alone. I used to long for a place of my own. And I've lost faith in everything. I'm lost, so lost, I'm lost without you. Oh, listen me, God bless catastrophe. But there's no way in hell we'll ever live to see through this. So drop yourself inside tonight. It's not that far away. And I just filled up your tank earlier today. Yeah. So drop yourself inside tonight. It's not that far away. And I just filled up your tank earlier today. Yeah.
Mental gymnastics, how you got me out of your head. Teach me your tactics, how you got me off of your chest. So fast, it's like your fingers just snap. And you're good, and I'm mad. Let me know how you make it look so easy to let me go. Why won't you let me in on your secret? 'Cause I'm still picking up pieces. I need you to let me know. How did you get so cold? Do you still have the poison on the tip of your tongue? 'Cause I see right through the fear inside the back of your lungs. Use your love as a weapon, so you get some leverage. Only care for a second, while begging you to let me know. How you make it look so easy to let me go. Why won't you let me in on your secret? 'Cause I'm still picking up pieces. I need you to let me know. How did you get so cold? How did you get so cold?
What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday, happy September, and welcome to our September Creative Challenge webinar. If you are new to our Creative Challenge webinars, I'll give you a quick spiel on how these go. Each month, the Ceros Educate team presents a prompt for you to create something fun within Ceros Studio or Editor. Think of it kind of as a creative break from your day-to-day work. Completing our creative challenges awards you a fun community badge next to your profile. As you can see, last month's was all Olympics themed. We had the Strange Olympics. We handed out some medals. Congratulations to those who won the medals. Anyone who participated got the Strange Olympics badge. And as you can see, they're just stacked up next to our awesome community members' names within Educate. So each month, like I said, we present a theme or a prompt. You complete the challenge if you'd like, you earn a badge, and then the following month, we celebrate your submissions. We ooh, we ah, and we review them. We look at them, have a lot of fun, and then we get into the lesson. This week or this month's lesson is embedding Ceros on your website. Once we get into that, We'll go over some design tips on embedding Ceros on your website, and then we will kick off our September Creative Challenge. So a recap for the recap. August Creative Challenge submission review. That's where we're going to start. Then we're going to dive into embedding Ceros on your website, and then we will kick off our September Creative Challenge. These are the funnest webinars that we do because we just get to celebrate your awesome work. So I'm really, really excited to get into this. Also, welcome back, Len Bentley. The king has returned. He is back. We missed you dearly. Gene, welcome. Heidi, we haven't seen you in a minute. Heidi, how are you? Hope you're great. Jess, congratulations on your Onyx. Meg, look at Nancy, Remy. We love you all. Actually, let's start with a personal question. Let me know in the chat if you own a rice cooker at home. I got torched unbelievably yesterday during one of our team meetings for owning a rice cooker. Look at this. Jess, thank you. Whitney, thank you. DJ, of course, as if it's not even a question. Of course, says, yeah, see, look. Look at this. See, I feel like I'm part Korean, so, all right, fair, right? Like, I did live in Hawaii, but no, but you owned one, Heidi, right? That's all that matters, is that you own one. Taking our team arguments it wasn't even an argument. It was a trap. All I said was like, hey, I got a rice cooker. I'm going to go cook some rice. And I just got absolutely destroyed by everyone. Saying that that's not a common household item, but I would say, Nancy says no, unfortunately, as in she would like to have one. So that's all I'm saying. It's 50-50. I don't know. It's a must. The king has said it himself. It is a must. You must have a rice cooker in your house. Yeah, it's a common household appliance. All right. Kelsey would also like to own one. All right, see? This is what I'm talking about. Says all Chinese have one. Annie, you don't have one? That's all right. Anna does have one. Michelle has one. All right. Okay. David, I think you got to get online and buy one. Kim's got one. Use an old-fashioned pot. Meg, I bet your rice is better than mine. But listen, I think the only reads the people. No. Okay. The whole Newmark team in Philadelphia, everyone in Philly has one, right? Common household item in Philly. This is what I'm talking about. Ours has controls in Chinese, so my wife has to manage it. There's always minute rice. This is true, but I mean, minute rice is just like if you've got a rice cooker, you know what I'm talking about, right? Is it a common household item to that? No. Listen, I got absolutely, don't let her downplay this. I got destroyed yesterday. We went on for like 20 minutes about this rice cooker. The frozen rice from Trader Joe's. All right. Anyway, so I think I win here. Thank you very much for helping me out here. Alex burns her rice. I feel like she might need a rice cooker. But anyway, so thank you very much for squashing this beef for the Educate team. I now feel a lot better about myself. I didn't sleep last night thinking about this. So we're going to start by reviewing our August Creative Challenge submissions. We'll get into embedding Ceros on your website. Then we will wrap things up by kicking off our September Creative Challenge. So I'm going to go to Educate. Under our Creative Challenge tabs, you will see the August Creative Challenge prompt right here. Where in the world? Let me give you a quick background of how this is playing out for our August Creative Challenge. You are a marketing intern at the hottest and hippest travel booking app, Tripper. Some of you might have heard of Tripper before. It is one of the many pseudo companies within the Ceros verse. You might have seen them in a GDC, a guided design course, a webinar, something like that. But you're a marketing intern at Tripper. During your summer internship, you work with other marketers at Tripper to promote trips with 2 Ps to various locations around the globe. After weeks of persistence, your manager finally gave you free rein to promote a trip to any location of your choosing. So the creative challenge for August was to create a promotional splash page that invites users to book trips with 2 Ps to your favorite place on earth. It could be your hometown, your favorite vacation spot, a secret place you love to eat, or anywhere else. But there were requirements for this creative challenge. We had a splash page template, but the requirements were a hero image that represents your chosen location. Obviously, text, body copy, images, and stuff that reflect it. Last month's prompt was about embedding content in Ceros, so kind of the reverse of what we're doing today. So you needed to embed a Google Map link to the location which you chose, and then a YouTube video of sorts with your location's claim to fame. Maybe a movie was filmed there, it's a famous restaurant, celebrities are from there, a local legend, I don't know. Anything else beyond those requirements, totally up to you. Completing the August Creative Challenge, got the pin badge. So let's look at some of these submissions. We got a lot of them, so I'm not gonna be able to spend a ton of time on these. So we're just gonna kind of briefly look at them, but I highly encourage you to take a look afterwards to get some inspiration on some of these really cool submissions. So we'll start with Jean's. First up to bat, Jean. Ooh, the only tropical rainforest in the United States. Is this real? No way. We go down here. A tropical gem in Puerto Rico. Okay, I get it now. I was thinking like Philadelphia. Oh, that's beautiful. So she's got her copy here. I was really excited there was going to be a rainforest in Philadelphia. And then here's her Google map. There it is. Look at that. How do we get from Philadelphia over here? Oh, sorry. There we go. See, like that. There we go. Cool. I like how big your map is too, by the way. It's not super crammed or smashed in there or anything like that. All right, so then home to many famous people and locations, but none synonymous with Puerto Rico as the famed coquille frog. Totally said that wrong. It's a very frog font, you're right. The H, I love this like wide H. Wow. I love those little squeaks. That's amazing. All right, I would love to spend more time, but like I said, we got a billion of these to go through. But amazing work. The font is perfect. Somehow it is a froggy font, which is amazing. So amazing job, Jean. I love it. Let's look at Meg's. Ooh. Mackinac Island, Michigan. Hey, Leon and I were in Michigan just a couple of weeks ago. It looked very much like this. So this is Meg's favorite place, her favorite spot. Tourism. The island is a huge tourist attraction during the summer months. It is famous for its fudge and candy stores, as well as a bustling art scene. This is great. Look at that. I love that so much. Yeah, I know. I wish we went there too. That's great. There is no motorized vehicles allowed on the island. No way. What? Tourists and residents get around via horseback carriage or bicycles. That is so cool. What? So now I'm actually like super curious of where this island is in relation to like the rest of Michigan. Oh, it's up at the top. This is like a crazy random place, but I absolutely love it. It's got a little airport in there. That's so cool. How did you find this place, Meg? The fudge is apparently the best part, huh? That is so cool. So you have to fly in, or I guess probably sail over, right? Closer to Wisconsin, Michigan, indeed. That is so sick. Wow. All right. Christopher Reeves. Starred in the movie sometime or somewhere in time, filmed at the Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island in 1980. That's a good claim to fame right there. Christopher Reeve is iconic, right? I didn't know he was anything but Superman, but I'm all about it. That's a good find. That's a great one. No motorized vehicles. Everyone's got to ride a bike or a horse. I'm all about that. That's great. All right, let's look at Louise. Amazing work, Meg. All right, frog theme. Some more Costa Rica. Some more frogs. Ooh, very much green. If there's anything I know about Louise designs, is that they are green. I love it. He's got the SDK. Wow, look at that freaking crazy frog. Very clean on this side too. And here we go. Right here, smack dab in the middle. Right in Costa Rica. Luis, have you been here? Because this looks amazing. Let me pause this. So I feel like Louise is so good with SDKs on all of her designs, right? With like these play pause buttons. It's amazing. Ooh, it's gonna put me right to sleep. Wow. Also, yeah, so calming, right? I sleep with like rain sounds, like rainforest sounds, hardcore. Oh, who's been watching Monster Hunter videos? Me. But this is so good. Yeah. No, I'm telling you, it puts me right to sleep. I love just like the green, like the waterfall right here down in the middle. So good. Amazing work, Louise. All right, let's look at Meredith's. Had to go Dutch for this one. I love it. I don't know how to say that. Someone help me pronounce this. I'm a bad reader. Gee, Alkmaar? I hope it's Alkmaar. Cheese culture and hidden gems. Also the orange, right to my heart. Ooh, I like the corner radius and the like offset shape here in the background of your image. It's great. The authentic taste of the Netherlands, located 10 kilometers from the coast and 30 minutes from Amsterdam. Thank you for differentiating kilometers from minutes, because those of us in America have no idea what this means. But this, I can follow this anytime. But here we go. Here's her map. Let's see where this is at in the world. Where in the world? All right. Near Amsterdam. All right. Roughly 30 minutes from the coast. Also, this is really cool. So you've got this full width background image with these gigantic cheese wheels. I will eat all of them. And then here's a video for the cheese market. So this is of the cheese market.
When you
Nice.
think of Holland, you will probably think of wooden shoes, tulips and old windmills. But also of cheese.
Oh,
It's one of the most important export products of Holland. All over the Netherlands are cheese markets, but the most
okay, we gotta stop that. I'm gonna get hungry. I'm a sucker for some cheese. That is awesome. Did you see that guy's giant cheese knife thing? Give me that. Amazing work, Meredith. That right there, foodie in her bio. Of course you would know that one then. It would be bad for my cholesterol, but I need it. Yeah. Cholesterol doesn't exist in Alkmaar. All right, Jamaica from Brenda. Let's see what Brenda's got here. I leave my cholesterol back home when I like these leaves. So let's play this again. Watch this cool intro animation that Brenda's got here. That's cool. So she's got layered imagery here, right? So it's got like the background and then the foreground are these that pop in first. The little icon on the button, super sick. Big bold font. Love it, Brenda. This offset container. Ooh, we got a carousel. That's super cool. Amazing work. Also, really, this is an odd compliment, but really good job with your drop shadow on this image. Very subtle, very smooth. It's not like a really harsh one, right? Great job. Look at that. Awesome carousel. And we got our, ooh, I'm going to book my trip right now. This is fun. This is really cool, Brenda. I'm assuming this is imposed on top of this video, but it looks so good. These leaves kind of bleeding off. And then here's her map. That's so good. It even comes with directions. And here's some little CTAs down there. That's really cool. I love what you did with the layout. We'll skip your video because for the sake of time, but this is really cool. Like you really went for it. I think that's amazing. Nice job, Brenda. All right, let's look at Max. Stop groceries. No way. You know what? Oh, that's so good. No way. I mean, leading off with its claim to fame, right? Clerks. Have you guys seen Clerks? Hilarious. This is so good. It's an actual place. I did not know that. And here it is. What? What? That's so sick. Let's go stop by. That is so funny. I love this is the best theme. And here's the video just because they sue you doesn't mean they like you. Oh, it's on Leonard Boulevard? Led. That's so good. It's in New Jersey? Hold on, I guess we can check on our map, huh? Let's zoom out here. I have no idea where that's at. I don't live on the East Coast. Is that New Jersey? Oh, it is. Okay. Head on over. That's awesome. That's so cool. I love that so much. That's a great theme. The claim to fame is like the theme of it. That's so good, Mac. All right, let's look at Remy's. Oh, okay. I can't say this one. Here we go. Gibraltar, where the rock meets the sea and history roams free. Ooh, I like that. Awesome picture, by the way. That's so good. We come down here. Oh, no way. She's got another carousel too. Also, the little like monkey footprints are great, but the image carousel is awesome. A natural wonder at the crossroads of cultures. That's a good theme. And she's got these. That's super cool, Remy. I love these hover states on these. And here's the map out here. Where in the world? All the way out there. Have you been here, Remy? Because it looks cool. And then we got a monkey video. I'm all about it. Oh, this little monkey here is good. Wild monkeys of Europe. That's so sick. I love it. I love that I'm asking if anyone's been here because it's like a requirement for the challenge. All right, Travis, not here today. He's on the Educate team. Wait, those are your photos? No way. Nice job. Those are crazy. Of course, Travis is gone, but he's a Halloween connoisseur. He loves the Halloween series, and he's also got music. What do you bet it's the Halloween theme? Yep. The OG Halloween font too, with like the orange, looks great. Travis, wherever you are today. He's got a little nav up here too. That's pretty nifty. Oh, I love this. Knives as that's good. Very like retro horror themed. I love it. There it is. Michael Myers' house. It's even like pinned in Google Maps in LA. That's so good. I like the dimensions of your map too, Travis. And then we got of course. Probably better not watch that one. But I love it so much. This is so good. Like this epitomizes Halloween, Travis. That's so good. All right, let's look at Sarah's. Live by the wild rules. Jackson Hole. Hey, go there every single year. I love Jackson Hole. It's so good, right? The big trams. Jackson Hole is amazing. If you haven't seen this, it is massive. I'm already loving this one. Oh, and we've got even a route from the resort to the rodeo. If you haven't been to a rodeo in Jackson Hole, you're missing out. And then we got 3 videos. I mean, there's so many good things about Jackson Hole. It's like, how do you choose one video? I'm clearly biased. This is so good. Look at that. I'm just a hop, skip, and a jump away. Jackson Hole, Wyoming is the best. Great find. And this picture is awesome. I love this picture. Also, like the offset with the red and the black behind the white on the title here is really cool because like a background like this that's got a lot of texture, but also a lot of light and white colors. It's hard no matter what color you use for a font. So adding this sort of border with these 2 colors really helps pull the text out. So amazing work there, Sarah. That was so good. All right, let's look at Nils. Lisbon. Hey, I'm pretty sure Kelsey lives there. What? There we go. The city of 7 hills, the city of light. It's got 2 names. Oh, I don't know what I was expecting, but it's not this. This is great. I'm not saying I didn't expect it to be great, but this is really cool. Kelsey, does this what your apartment house looks like? I certainly hope so. The hills are no joke. Is there a lot of hills? Is there 7 of them? And here it is, Lisbon. Kelsey on the Educate team lives right there. Neil, next time you're around, say hello to Kelsey. Got the map. It's in Portugal next to Spain. Hey, you and Remy, meet up. Go take some cool monkey photos. That's so sick. I love it. And then, oh, we got a playlist embedded. Ooh, extra embed points for Neil. I love it. That's good.
Sun-filled days, amazing food, incredible wine, and heart-stopping views.
Also might put me to sleep because that's so relaxing. That's so good. Amazing work, Neil. I'm going to blaze through these. Kaylee, New Zealand. I have not been, but I love it. Also, the little mountains poking over the text here. Love it. Adds a lot of really good depth. Great work. Put the container around the tagline here. Also, I love the grain on the image. That's really cool. Carries over through this image too. Ooh, yeah, another carousel. I've always wanted to go to New Zealand. Wow. Kaylee, is that you? I freaking love face reveals. Did you take all these, Kaylee? I hope so. And then here we go with our map. Oh, so she's added a whole road trip. That's super clever. I love that. So that's super cool. So instead of just like adding the map itself, she's added like the road trip through New Zealand. How long would this take? That's so sick. All right. If you ever book a trip to New Zealand, follow Kaylee's road trip map here. Hit all the main points. Get over there to Bluff halfway through the trip. That's so good. Road trip to Middle Earth. Yeah. Well, here we go. Of course, right? The Lord of the Rings. That is a great claim to fame. Of many in New Zealand, that is the best one. Awesome work, Kaylee. All right, let's look at Sam's. Dive into the Charmed universe. I love that. There it is. Charmed themed. Halliwell Manor. Hollywell Manor. Also, awesome picture and the overlay of the logo there. Is this the house? Is this the Charmed house? That's a cool house, though. I would love just like a manor like that. That's so sick. Also, this. Ooh, great navigation there. And there it is. There's the manor. Sorry, not a house of manor. That's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. That's so cool. Right there. Real film location. Answered my question for me. Thank you, Sam. This one's under construction. Look at that. That's the real one, not this one. My bad. There it is. That feels more right. I love that so much. I mean, the claim to fame, obvious. Oh, and again, another Spotify playlist embedded here. Is that the theme song for Charmed? I love it so. Oh, the first episode is embedded. Oh, I love it so much. Amazing work, Sam. That's so good. All right, David, thanks for joining. You catch the recording. Len, The Return of the King. Ooh, here we go. That's an awesome photo. Also, this button. I like the black background here, Len. Great alignment with this image here, too. Also, your fonts. Very themed, very fitting. That is so pretty. That is gorgeous. Yeah, perfect font choice. That is gorgeous. I like that you added an extra little bit of text here next to your map. Whoa, that is just so far away from me. I love it. Where in the world? Have you been here? I don't know. I asked. Did you like this place? Obviously, he liked this place. I don't know what to ask. He wouldn't have chosen if he didn't like it. And we got not one, but 2 embedded videos. Oh, that's right. Because Len loves yoga. I hope you went on a yoga retreat here. That's all I hope for. 4 months? That's so sick. No way. These are photos of Len. Yoga at 4 a.m. every day. Dude, this looks like so much fun. Oh, I love this. Oh, it's so good. That's so cool, Len. Thank you. Love it. All right, let's look at Anna's. I can't say it. Oh man, I'm gonna get it wrong, but it's gonna sound very, very West Coast to me. Interlaken. Interlaken. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Kelsey. Switzerland's Alpine Heartbeat. Okay, I love this. Explore the heart of Switzerland. That is gorgeous. Whoa. That is so crazy. Also, I love the frame, Anna, that you put around these. They look like photos, right? I love that so much. That is gorgeous. Incredible. Whoa! She's got an interactive map. That's super cool. I'm assuming this was the lake that we were looking at up here, right? That one? Is that the same lake? Or is it this one? Either way. That's so cool. Also, like the grass. That's awesome, Anna. And here we go. The map itself. I like the little grid that you've got going on here. That looks super cool. I want to watch this. Switzerland is on like the top of my list of places that I want to go. Did you take all these photos? Man, everyone is surprising me. And just, these are so good. Amazing job with the photos, everybody. Amazing work, Anna. That's so sick. All right, let's look at Nancy's. All right, Kelsey, how do I do this one? Ponte Sant'Angelo. Was that good? Rome's most storied bridge. Oh, that's is cool. Look at that. Nancy, I feel like you took these. This handle looks familiar. Everyone is so good at photography. I love it. Those are so cool. I could tell because I feel like this is how you do your like coloring from all of the photos and experiences that you've submitted. That's so sick. That's the bridge, huh? I like that you point out, similar to Mac, I like that you pointed out like a specific like landmark. That's so good. There we oh, I want to watch that. I like the little logo in the corner too. And then, yep, there we go. Red pepper design. That's Nancy. So good. Oh, wait, that's not one. Oh, here we go. Liana's Ocean City, New Jersey. We would go here to my grandmom's beach house. That sounds, ooh, this is good. Are there motorized vehicles here in Ocean City, New Jersey? This is an
There
awesome
are.
font. There are? Okay, okay. This is sick though. I love this so much. Good choice of font, Liana. The greatest family resort. Wait, where is this you? Look at little Liana. That's so good. Oh, that's cute. That's so fun. And here it is. Oh wow, yeah, it's out there. That's so fun. So you'd go every year? When did you stop going? Because I feel like this should just keep going on.
Probably in like high school when all the cousins grew up.
That's oh, so like all your like cousins, like your whole family would go and do like a family thing.
Yeah, my dad's one of six, so all of his siblings, all of the kids, big production.
That's fun. That's super cool. I love this. Great work, Liana. Round of applause for Liana. And her little kid photos are awesome. All right, Alex. Late and low effort, but a cool place. Setting the bar pretty low, Alex. Let's see what you got. Melbourne, Australia. Not the one in Florida. Yeah, there's one in Florida. Okay, there's a Melbourne, Australia, and Florida. Lesbian but just as cool. Sydney alternative. I don't know what you're talking about. This is great. Oh, that's good. There it is. Yeah, these maps are fun. I feel like I could just stare at these all day. And you got a travel guide. Okay, I hope this travel guide was produced by Tripper. Nope, it's Expedia. All right. We'll have to talk about that. Hey, I don't think it was low effort. This is great. Plagiarism, indeed. All right. Last but not least, Kelsey's, who lives in Lisbon, but chose Vietnam. I'm going to need some help with that one. Wake up to see the views. I'll do that. I like that little tagline there. Also, the Tripper logo, that's good. Oh, this looks like a scrapbook with Polaroids. That's so cool. Kelsey, did you take these photos? Alex, did you take your photos? Oh, that's cool. Look at that. That's so fun. Fan favorites, the ride. Ooh, the little animations you got here. Yeah, very scrapbooky. It's very cool. Is this you kayaking? It better be. That's good form. Remember, don't go above 45 degrees. Your angle. You got it. Perfect. Great form. That's so good. All right. Remember to use your back muscles too, Kelsey. This is so good. I love all of these. Thank you so much. We had a lot of good submissions, but I'm glad we could take the time to look at all of them. Everyone who submitted one will get the pin badge for creating and submitting a design for the August Creative Challenge. All right. I love that so much. We're going to blaze on over into the lesson embedding Ceros on your website. Like I said, we're going to go more over kind of like the design tips and the strategy behind embedding rather than the technicalities of how to embed on a website, because it's going to be different for everybody's website, or the CMS that you use. Getting things in there is different. So it's kind of hard to tell you like how to do it. So we're going to work more from the Ceros side rather than the CMS side. But I kind of want to start off by talking a little bit about why you want to do that in the first place and kind of the benefits of embedding experiences on your website or in your CMS. And a lot of it kind of comes or stems from the pace at which you can produce things and the flexibility that it gives you, right? You have full creative control over how the interactions take place. Maybe your CMS doesn't allow for a lot of cool functions. You know, maybe it's kind of just like a blog writer type of thing. Being able to embed an experience then adds visuals and interactions and really cool things that you otherwise wouldn't be able to put on your website. Or maybe you're like me and you've been designing for years and years and years, but you never learned how to code. No matter how many times I tried, I'm just not smart enough. That's all it comes down to. Could never figure it out. I'm just not smart enough. So instead of being reliant on my development team to get websites put together or try to like tell them or explain to them what I want, send them prototypes, that kind of stuff, it's so much faster for me to be able to just like produce something within Studio, publish it, and then throw it on the website. So we're going to actually look at a few examples as we go through this of how Educate embeds experiences on Educate. Len, thank you so much for joining. It's great to have you back, my friend. So those are kind of some of the benefits. You can get content out there faster at your own pace. You have full creative control on how you want to do it. You're not reliant on a dev team if you don't know how to develop or anything like that. And you can really start to shape your content on your site or your CMS exactly how you want to do it. So think of it as, you can kind of think of it as Legos, right? Like you're plugging little Ceros Legos into your CMS or onto your website, and you can build it however you want. And it doesn't affect SEO anyway. It actually helps improve SEO with how Google indexes SEOs over time. So it's actually, there's just tons of benefits for embedding on your website. So kind of the basics of embedding. You've probably seen this menu once you've published an experience within Studio, right? It gives you the option for full height or scroll embed, right? So the main difference here is, do you want the entire experience to show up on screen, or do you want it to come in a box in which you scroll through it? I'll show you some examples. I set up some examples in here so you can see this is the community design section within Educate, templates and experiences created by fellow community members that you can go look through and actually use if you would like. So here is an example of a full embed, right? So it's actually the full experience. So there's no scrolling. The whole thing is just included here. This is an awesome one done by Diane during one of our courses. I think it was interactive content creation part 2. Yep, right there. So you can see it's got the whole experience, all of the interactions and animations work, but the whole thing is laid out on the page. A scrolling embed would look something like this, Carrie's here, where it's in a box and you scroll through the experience. And why you choose which one over one, we'll get into that in just a second, but I just wanted to kind of show you the difference between the two. So there's the scroll embed, and how you set that up is you just, as you're setting up your canvas, you just choose the scale to fold option, or you can, if you want to do the full embed, you just copy the full height code there. So that's the two differences. And to kind of go along with that, when you're thinking about using Ceros as an embeddable module or page within your website or CMS, you want to start by asking yourself the question, like, do I want my experience to function as the entire page on my CMS, or do I want it to function as a module on the page with other content that I put in there within the CMS? There's a big difference between the two, right? Do I want it to act as the page, or do I want it to act as a module on the page? And so depending on how you choose or go about that decision will kind of shape how you go about designing your experience to be embedded. For example, on Educate, we embed a lot of experiences. And you've probably been in a guided design course before, and you've probably seen this layout before. But like the course overview page, there's a lot more flexibility and creative control that we wanted to add to this page than what our CMS on Educate allowed for. So this is this whole page is an experience that we've embedded here because we wanted flexibility with the layout, with the graphics, with the fonts, the sizing, all that kind of stuff that just wasn't possible within our CMS. So knowing that we wanted it to act as an entire page, that's how we designed it. We laid it out all like this, right? Another good example would be probably like our weekly modules, right? So if you've taken a guided design course, you've probably seen something like this. This is also an embedded experience. And again, the mindset was we wanted it to act as an entire page rather than a module. So you can kind of scroll through this, you get the pop-ups here, that kind of stuff, right? Again, we wanted to have this grid layout for the different content blocks within the lesson page. And so it made sense for us to embed the whole thing as the page rather than as a module within the page. Here's an example of using it as a module, right? So here's like a quick self-paced course that Kelsey on the Educate team put together. And this is like a curation of different content within Educate. And so it didn't make sense for us to add the experience as the whole page, but instead a module. So here is a module that Kelsey put together that goes over the basics of different types of projects that you can create within Ceros. And this is an embedded experience that acts as a module. See, so she just wanted these like quick flip cards here that you could go through and then kind of learn more with like this toggle here. As you can see, like where the outline of the blue is, that's the experience that she embedded. So it acts as a module on the entire page. Here's another one, right, that she's added. It's a timeline. Really good use of embedding on a CMS as modules rather than the full pages. So depending on how you want to use it will determine how you lay it out and how you design it and publish it within Studio. So those are the two main differences. So again, start by thinking how you want to utilize it, entire page or module on the page with other content that you've pulled within your CMS. That'll kind of get you off on the right foot. So then let's now just quickly go over some design tips for embedding Ceros experiences. The first tip being conscious of how interactive your experience is. A lot of this, there isn't like hard and fast rule because it'll vary a lot from CMS to CMS. But a lot of this is determined on your CMS and how well it handles third-party objects being embedded and whatnot. But a good rule of thumb is if you've got an experience that's just jam-packed with crazy amounts of animations and pages and interactions and hover states and hotspots and all that kind of stuff, all that content needs to be loaded in. So the more content that you have, the slower that it's going to load in. And I'm not going to say that it's going to like load in at a snail's pace, but that's just something to be really, really conscious of. And it's probably something you'll just kind of have to like test out yourself within your CMS. If you embed an experience and you looked at your published page and you see that it's taking a long time to load, maybe think about reducing the animations or maybe reducing the number of pop-ups that are hidden or something like that, just to increase that load time. But again, that will vary depending on your specific CMS. But a good rule of thumb is be conscious to not just pack it full of stuff to do, because all of that has to load in. If you've got like very minimal interactions, it'll load really, really quick. If you've got a ton, it'll load really, really slow. So find that good balance somewhere so it's a really good user experience and your users aren't just waiting for it to load forever. So that's design tip number one. Number two is to pay really close attention to your margins, spacing, and sizing. Because regardless of if you are doing a full page embed or if it's just a module, you're going to have to stack margins on margins. Your CMS will have its own margins, and then your experience will have its own margins. And so if both of them have standard-ish size of margins, you're going to have too much margin with those combined, and your content won't be aligned with the rest of the content within or on the web page. So for example, I design and lay out and prototype all of our embedded experiences here in Figma. And as I was doing that, I was trying to be conscious of what I just said, that I'll be stacking my CMS margins with the Ceros margins. And so I really reduced the amount of margin that I have on the experience as I was designing this, right? So this is not a standard amount of margin that I would use. Like this standing by itself, that looks really close to the edge, doesn't it, right? And so if I were to just send this to someone, it would look kind of funky in like a web browser. But when it's in a experience like this, I think this is the same page, right? See, now this margin looks really good and it looks normal. It's not hugging the side of this container right here because I compensated for the margin that this container adds as well as the margin for my experience. So you don't want it to just be too far over. Along with that, when we were first getting this going, I think it's this one. When we were first getting this going, we didn't know what we were doing. But just be conscious of your imagery as to, I think it's this one. As you can see, like, again, it's a full embedded page. I tried to do a good job with the margins. It's not bad. But these graphics that bleed off the page on the experience are cut off considering the margins of the CMS. It doesn't look super polished with these graphics bleeding off the edge, right? Like it looks kind of like it's an embedded experience. It doesn't feel like it's a part of the website. So be really conscious of using graphics or like container blocks like this and how that's going to play nicely with the container of the page that you're embedding it on. You don't want it to be cut off like this. It just doesn't look super polished. It's something that we learned and we changed and we adapted. But our first go around, we did this and I wasn't super happy with it. So be conscious of your sizing, your spacing. Is the text going to be too small once it's embedded in a iframe or something like that? It's some of those things where you're just going to have to like gauge and kind of check out and see yourself. But some rules of thumb: be careful with images that bleed off the edge. Be careful with blocks right here because you're going to have this funky margin. This looks good and clean, like it all blends together, but then we have this weird block. And then again, make sure to compensate for the margins that you use. It's these small design tips that add up. And if you get them all right, even though they're really small, it looks like a very seamless experience on the CMS. So moving on to tip number 3 is consider additional layouts. Are your users going to view your embedded content on a web browser and a mobile device? Or is it like 90% just going to be on the web browser? If you have any little bit of users who will view it on a mobile device, consider creating an additional layout when you're building your experiences within Studio, right? It might look really good here on like a web browser, but if this didn't have a mobile layout, it would be absolutely tiny on a mobile screen. It would look ridiculously small. And you don't want that. That's an awful experience. They won't be able to read it. They won't be able to touch the interactions. You know, when you're like, get on a questionable website and like all those ads pop up and you can't find the like X to close the ad button, and you're just opening tons of windows and pop-ups and you're downloading all sorts of crazy viruses and stuff like that. You don't want that sort of experience for your users as they're trying to interact with your embedded experience. So be mindful of if your users will be viewing it on a mobile device, create a mobile variant for that, and set the interactions up accordingly so they have a good experience and they're not trying to hit that tiny little X to close out the ads, but then they open up 20 windows. So that is tip number 3. Consider the additional layouts if they need to be included within your experience. So that is the quick spiel. I had to run through that pretty quick so we could get into the September Creative Challenge. But the main things to pull away from this, again, consider if you want to embed the entire page on your CMS, that's totally cool. Obviously, we do that a lot. I showed you some good examples of that. Or if you want it to be a module on an existing page, that will determine how you design it. Then consider the margins, the sizing, the images that are being used. Is anything bleeding off the edge of your experience? And will that look kind of funky once you get it embedded on your site? And then once you kind of consider those things, think about how your audience is going to consume it and design the correct layouts accordingly. So those are the general rules of thumb for embedding experiences on your website. It is an awesome, awesome way to utilize Ceros. I would say for the Educate team, 40 to 50% of the experiences that we create are embedded on our CMS somewhere, right? You can create awesome standalone experiences, microsites, landing pages, those types of things, and they work amazingly well. But this is a really good way to utilize it. Gives you tons of creative freedom and control, and really allows you to up-level all of your experiences and all of your web pages to feel more premium beyond what the capabilities of the CMS are. So you're all already pros within Studio, so leverage it within your other platforms to, like I said, create that premium experience. All right, with the 6 remaining minutes, I am going to go over our September Creative Challenge. And this one, I am thoroughly excited for, all right? So I'm going to come here and open up this post because we are celebrating our first year of creative community for the Ceros Educate team. It has been a year of awesome community experiences and fun. So next month, as the prompt says, will mark our 1-year anniversary of community for Ceros Educate. Over the past year, you have all earned hundreds of certifications, completed 10 creative challenges, accumulated over 1 million page views on Educate, but most importantly, made some really, really cool and creative friends. Some of you have even been around during our tiny itsy bitsy little proof of concept for community, the Certified Designers Club. How many of you were around for the Certified Designers Club? Remember this OG banner? This was kind of like our proof of concept to say, hey, we can do community and it can work. We had like, what, 10-ish people still waiting for the Designer Club t-shirt. Meg knows. We vaguely promised t-shirts. But it was on a really, really bad platform. It was janky. It didn't make any sense. But because everyone was so engaged and involved, it opened up the doors for us to create this new Educate platform and our 1 year of awesome community. So Educate's community has been both a success and a blast, but it wouldn't be possible without you, our amazing community members. So this month's Creative Challenge is in celebration of you and your creativity. So your challenge this month will be to create a portfolio showcasing at least 5 of your favorite creations in Ceros. They could be from a course, a prior creative challenge, or even experiences for your work. Just please quadruple check on NDAs before including anything for real life work. Whatever you want. It's a portfolio showcasing 5 of your favorite creations within Ceros. This is your portfolio for your work, celebrating you and your creativity. You can design and lay out the portfolio however you want. In fact, we encourage expression through its design, but it must include the following: a title that reflects you, your work, and your outlook on creative design. As mentioned above, links to your 5 favorite Ceros experiences that you created or collaborated on, thumbnails or buttons or whatever that link out to each of these portfolio pieces. So you don't have to like copy everything from the experience and add it to your portfolio. You can just link to that published experience. Saves you a lot of time, saves you a lot of bandwidth. And then titles and short descriptions for each portfolio piece. Anything you want to add outside of those small requirements, completely up to you. The layout, completely up to you. This is your ability to just reflect it however you want and design it however you want. Again, this is in celebration of you. So this is where it gets fun. For the month of October, we'll be embedding, see how I'm tying this in here? We'll be embedding the below experience, this one right here, the below portfolio hub experience on the Educate homepage. We'll link from the embedded hub to your September Creative Challenge submissions. So everyone who visits Educate has the opportunity to celebrate your amazing creative work and our first year of community together. So basically, you've seen some of the really cool banners that some of our community members have created. Meg's made some, Anna's made this awesome one. We're going to replace it in October with this embedded experience, celebrating our first year of community. And then we will link to all of your submissions here. So people can click on this and open up your portfolio and see your amazing work that you've created throughout the course of our first year of community. So that's kind of the really fun stuff to have and do with it for our first year of community. So you'll create your portfolio. After we review them next month, we'll add them all to this interactive home banner that we'll put on the homepage of Educate so everyone can ooh and ah. In addition, since you'll be embedding this experience on the homepage, if you complete the Creative Challenge by October 3rd, of course, you will earn the Embed badge from Ceros. So creating and submitting it by October 3rd gets your portfolio on the homepage celebration banner and earns you the Embed badge. This month's Creative Challenge is different, but I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm excited to see what everyone cooks up. Again, this is a celebration of you, your creativity, and community. So have fun and take risks. Put together an awesome portfolio that reflects you and showcases the really cool things that you've created. We'll get it on the banner and you will earn the Embed badge. So that is the outline of our Creative Challenge for September. Again, submit them by October 3rd in a comment below so we can ooh and ah and look at everyone's work. And then once we round that off, we'll put this on the homepage of Educate so everyone can check out your awesome handiwork and your creative designs. I'm excited for this because, like I said, the success of Ceros Educate's community is all because of you, your willingness to get out of your comfort zone, create awesome experiences, try fun stuff, attend our courses, our webinars, and really just build the community itself. So all of this is for you, and I'm really excited to celebrate it. So that is what we've got. I know there's a few questions. We're at time, so if you've got to hop, feel free to hop. I'll stick around for the next couple of minutes and answer any questions that pop up. But again, I appreciate you guys showing up and excited to see the portfolios that you create for all of your awesome work here. Again, thank you so much. We'll get that embedded on the homepage and we'll have a party. All right, we'll talk to you later. Let me look at some questions here. Let me dig through these. How did I solve the issue for images / boxes bleeding off the page? So it was pretty simple, honestly. Just made sure that we didn't have any images that bled off the margins within Studio, right? Just made sure the entire image, like you can see up here, was within the boundaries when we were setting it up in Ceros. So that way it didn't look kind of weird. And then remember the box that I showed you? Let's see. There's a container that I showed you, I think in the intro to design one, right? This one. Well, that's not it. But I mean, here's another way to do it, right? Intro to, oops, to design. I think it was this one. Yeah. So this kind of looks a little wonky, right? The black box. So to negate that, it was a pretty simple solution. All I did was round the corners of the box. So then it looks like it's a container within a page that's not like filling out the entire margins and is full width. So this looks a lot better than, oops, which one was it? This. See how different that is? Just by simply rounding the corners. Made a huge difference. Super simple tweak. And then, yeah, so any of the images like this, we just made sure that any image that we had was fully on the page and nothing was bleeding off. This was just the style that we went for back before we had this CMS for these courses. And I was just like, oh, it'll be easy to just like plant those pages on the CMS, but then we ran into these kind of problems. Looks not great. So just ensuring that all the images are fully within the borders of the canvas in Studio. And then I just easily rounded these corners. Oops, sorry. Sometimes the scroll wheel on my mouse just like accelerates. But just rounded these corners to make sure that they look like they're containers within the page and not this full width block. Makes a big difference from that to that, like huge difference, right? So good question though. Thanks you, Yuri. Right. Meg's still waiting for her Designers Club t-shirt. I know, so am I. Maybe we can get a rice cooker and t-shirts. Okay. All right. Okay. Want to make sure you saw my response. I'd say pop-up flip cards are the easiest modules to adapt for multiple layouts. You can easily change the, yeah, okay. Okay, so it looks like Leona's been on top of all these. So Heidi, do you feel good about your question? Because I don't know where Heidi's question was.
Her question was in the Q&A box, and she asked which of the interactive modules are easiest across desktop, tablet, and mobile so that you won't need to tweak it a ton.
Oh, okay. And then you'd say pop-ups, flip cards are the easiest modules to, yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, because then you just kind of like resize and reformat or change the layout. So
And then she also just asked, so let's say that I have a carousel that I want to add to my asset library to reuse on other modules. Do I have to grab the desktop, tablet, and mobile versions? And do we have a way to name the assets in the library?
Naming assets is hot on the list for the asset library. So that's coming real soon. Same with like categorizing them. So imagine if you had like folders or buckets, whatever, like desktop assets, mobile assets, tablet assets. That's going to be really easy, and that stuff's all coming. For now, yeah, I would just say save them individually as assets because currently the different variants of an asset does not carry over. So save them individually, and then future updates, that stuff will come. But really, really good question. Let's see. Ding dong question. Are we submitting the embed codes? Nope, you're just submitting the that's not a ding dong question, by the way. I probably should have clarified. We are just submitting the publish experience. We'll take care of the rest. So no need to do the embed code. Good question, Nancy. I feel like Nancy always finds the things that I forget to mention. So they're not ding dong questions, Nancy. All right. What if I do not have 5 examples? You can do as many as you want. I just kind of arbitrarily picked 5. so Brenda, if you don't have 5, that's totally fine. Just as many. Is that everybody's? Is that all the questions? Any other questions? I think that covers them all. I'm really excited for this stuff. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Again, if you feel like you don't have 5 examples that you want to showcase, that's totally cool. You can do as many as you would like. If it's 1, that's cool. If it's 2, 3, that's cool. If it's 12, that's a lot, but that's also cool. So do anything that you want. Really excited for it. It's not like a fake company this time. It's like actually celebrating you and your awesome work and how far our community has come. So excited for that. If you have other questions, feel free to ask them anywhere in Educate. We'll get notified and we will answer them for you. But until next time, I appreciate you joining, and we'll talk to all of you later.